Haibane Renmei was for a long time a very special show for being the only one that could be called a slice of un-life. It plays out like a typical nothing ever happens type of story, when in actuality it takes place in the afterlife and shows a possible way for the soul to atone and move on. This is no longer the case since there are now more anime dealing with the same concept, such as Angel Beats and Death Parade. It is still the most down-to-earth of this bunch, but it's also ignored by most for the same reason. Like most classics of the early 2000s, it is very slow-paced, it doesn't have harem or waifu baiting, or plays out like a goddamn video game. With that said, it does a fine job at fleshing out the main characters without openly explaining what is going on about them. It's all very indirect and why they can come off as generic at face value. I wouldn't dare to say they use a symbolism for showing us who they were before, but since amnesia is a big part of the mystery surrounding them, you have to connect the dots. Does this mean the show is one big mystery bait, which I always make fun of? Yes, but it's done in a very indirect way, so I give it a pass. They're not rubbing it in your face like they do in modern shows. You can ignore it altogether and you're still gonna have an Iyashikei type of show, something you watch to relax. You don't want that? Okay, you still have the mystery bait and the world building and the character backdrops. What's the deal with the cocoons and the feathers and the weirdly dressed priests? You can choose what you want and nothing will feel like you are being baited into watching further. That's the beauty of the slow-paced early 2000 anime, both relaxing and mysterious at the same time. Of course, if you want something thrilling and full of excitement, you are not going to like this show. It will seem like a bunch of typical girls doing chores because they have nothing better to do. It's like a journey of self-acknowledgement where they are not actually going anywhere because they cannot leave the city. It's like a detective story where there is no rush to find the answers. It's like a drama where nobody's given much to be sad about. Yes, it can be boring and dull at times, but when you finish it and look back, you realize a lot of many things have happened. And no, it doesn't even need 500 episodes of build-up before it gets good. A dozen are more than enough, meaning it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it doesn't give you blue balls for over a decade. So it's basically a slice of life about spirituality and people becoming better by having positive interactions with those around them until they are ready to move to the next thing, whatever that is. So it's not even slice of nothing happens because there is legit progress with a solid ending. It's not about doing pseudo-lesbian shit for 50 episodes, then they drink tea and eat cookies, and they are instantly able to play the guitar before they go back to doing more pseudo-lesbian shit for another 50 episodes. Anyways, I recommend this show not as something entertaining or exciting, but rather as relaxing and artsy. It's not following the cliches of typical mainstream anime, and it has substance without tiring the mind.